Hey, Connection Point Church, I wanted to just take a moment and just talk with you about how and when we are going to resume our physical in-person gatherings at Connection Point Church. We have been praying and considering a lot of things as elders of the church. And so first of all, I want to speak to three different groups in our church. First of all, I want to speak to those of you who, no matter what date we tell you we're going to reopen, it's going to be too soon. And there are some of us that just are not going to be ready no matter what date we decide is appropriate for us. And so to you, I would just ask, we're going to need your grace. We're really going to need those of you that may not be ready to, first of all, know it's okay if you decide to wait, if you decide to just continue meeting online and wait until you're comfortable. We are 100%, but I hope that you will be praying for the safety and for the growth and just the protection over our church for those that do decide to gather. The second group is for those of you that no matter what date we say we're going to reopen, it's going to be not soon enough. I say thank you, first of all, for your patience. Thank you for being willing to just trust us and to follow our lead and to wait if you're already ready. And the third group is those that are in a high-risk category. To you, I want to say no matter if you're ready or not, I really want to encourage you to be patient and to make the wise decision and to just make sure that you are not putting yourself into danger and to know that you are more than welcome to participate online and that you are not, I don't want you to feel any guilt or shame if you're in a high-risk category and it's just not wise for you to return at the date that we return. Now, before I go into the actual timetable, what I want to talk to you a little bit about is some of the things we're considering. I want you to know Connection Point Church is a unique church. We have different things we have to consider as to when we can reopen. We've taken some polls and we're going to continue to try to figure out when our church is ready. And not just when our church is ready, when our volunteers are ready. Because one of the things we want to make sure is that when we fully open, that we are fully prepared and ready to receive not just our members, but also guests and provide an experience that is going to be remarkable, an experience that's actually going to be a light to those that come. And so we've been polling our community or polling our church. We're also in conversations with Wiley ISD because remember, we can't just use the schools. We're using them with permission. And right now the schools in Wiley ISD have not been opened up to outside groups yet. And so we are kind of on their timetable as well. And it's not just Wiley ISD as when they're going to resume in the short term. We want to be on the same page with them long term. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable meeting in the school and going to the school. Another challenge that we uniquely face is that we want to make sure that we have a strong live streaming potential as we begin regathering so that those of you that are either high risk or are not quite ready to resume meeting with us, we want to make sure that you're going to be able to participate with us. And one thing you may not know about the schools is the schools actually block our ability to live stream. And so we've been looking for solutions to this challenge, but that's something that we have to consider because we want to make sure that, and one of the commitments we want to make to you is that when we resume physical meetings, we are also going to continue our live stream, and we want everyone that's a member of Connection Point Church to be able to meet with us, whether it's physically or online. Now, there are other things we're looking at too, as far as we're making sure that the numbers are right and that we truly are safe to resume meeting. We're looking at what the CDC and the city of Wiley, the state of Texas. We want to know what the government says and that we are in line with them. And we want to make sure that we're not the first, but that we are the wise decision-making church. We want to make sure that we're doing the wise thing and not just that we are getting back as soon as possible. And so we're weighing all of these things. We're praying about this. And so what we've come up with right now is 3 phases to reopening, okay? Now the first phase, the good news is we're completing the first phase. The first phase is where we've been in the month of May. It's completely online, doing some physical meetups. And those meetups were just kind of testing the waters to see the readiness of our church and if we're going to be able to safely resume. And so as June moves in, one of the things we're going to be doing in June is moving to the second phase of our reopening plan. And the second phase is simply this. We are going to continue meeting online, but we are going to add a Sunday morning option. We're going to resume our pep rallies in person. Now, if you don't know what our pep rallies are, our pep rallies meet at 9:30. We have a pep rally to which we have full live worship, and I give like a 5-minute overview of what I'll be preaching on, or a vision talk about the church. And so what we're going to do during the month of June, starting June 7th, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, is at 9:30, anyone who chooses can come and participate in live worship in the rear parking lot of Cooper Junior High. And if you want to stay in your car, you're going to be able to stay in your car. If you want to get out and sit on a lawn chair or on a blanket, that will be fine. And we're going to have our praise and worship set. And we're going to have a time of praise and worship. And then we're going to also hear just a short kind of vision talk from me. And then we're going to gather in groups separated 6 feet or more, socially distant. But we are going to meet in prayer groups, and we're just going to pray for our church. And this is something that we've always done since we've been meeting in Cooper Junior High. And so phase 2 is going to be, we are adding in this live option at 9:30 on Sunday mornings for our pep rally. But then at 10:30, our service will be online. Phase 2 will have online services with a physical pep rally at 9:30. Another thing about phase 2 is our connect groups will now have the option to meet in person if you choose. If you do decide that your connect group is going to meet in person, what we hope is that you'll do so in a safe manner, meaning that if you can meet outside, that would be great. And if you can figure out a way to at least keep your kids as safe as possible, that's what we hope you would choose. Now, we're going to trust our connect groups to make the right decision for your group. We allow our groups to be autonomous, to make decisions, wise decisions. So in the month of June, if your group decides to remain online, we are 100% okay with that. But if you would like for your group to meet, preferably outdoors, as socially distanced, we would encourage you to begin your physical meetings as well. And then the third phase will come after phase 2, obviously, when we don't know the timetable of this. But the third phase for us will be a full reopening. Our goal as a church is that when we reopen our 10:30 service, our main worship service, that we are at 100% functionality. In other words, we want to reopen when it's safe for our kids' ministry, when it's safe for our greeting ministry, when it's safe for you to come in and worship freely. What we don't want to do is create an environment that is not welcoming or is not 100% prepared for our guest. And so phase 3 will be a full reopening. Hopefully it will be soon, but we do not have a timetable. The only timetable that I can give you right now is in the month of June, we will be in phase 2. In the month of June, we will meet online at 10:30. But you can come and worship in person at 9:30 at our pep rally if you choose. Now, I'm going to be sending out more information about this, but I did at least want to connect with you and let you know about this. And I hope that you'll be praying for our church and praying for our leaders as we continue to monitor this situation. Now, every single month, our elders are going to evaluate and reassess, and at the appropriate time, we will make the decision when we're going to fully reopen after we talk to the city of Wiley, after we talk to Wiley ISD. So thank you all for just your patience. Thank you all for your prayers. And I cannot wait to meet with y'all when we finally are back in person. But I will see you, if you choose, at 9:30 on June 7th as we begin our phase 2 reopening.